Hey guys, this episode is being brought to you by American Express. Built to Last is a podcast by American Express that highlights the stories, history, and continued legacy of Black-owned small businesses that shape American culture. Through these important conversations, host Elaine Welteroth explores how the Black business leaders of our past have inspired today's Black-owned small businesses. Check out the debut season of Built to Last on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. I know plenty of y'all are Black-owned small business owners yourself, so go enjoy. Let's move on.
Hey y'all, this episode is also brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform that allows you to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. There are no hidden fees or price hikes, and all websites are optimized for mobile right out the box. So if it's just a website you're trying to build, or if it's an online store with marketing tools or analytics, whatever you need, Squarespace has you covered. And it's simple. You start with a design template and use drag and drop tools to make it all your own. So head to squarespace.com/read to start your free trial. And when you're ready to launch your website, use offer code READ to save 10% off your first purchase. That's squarespace.com/read, offer code READ. Let them know that we sent you. All right, let's start the show.
Well, welcome back, you foot dragging ass, raggedy ass bitch.
Well, damn, bitch.
I'm hallucinating. I'm like so tired.
Because who is that even for?
I don't know. I'm bulldozing my way through tonight. I've already begun drinking. Welcome back, friends.
Yeah.
Glad to have you. I'm SZA's Upper Body Strength.
Okay, and I am Judy Winslow. This is The Read. Thank you for coming back.
It is indeed, and thank you for coming back. We will waste none of your time because I'm sure you're icing your thighs after All-Star Weekend. We'll just jump right into
Okay.
into the festivities.
All right.
This evening's Black Excellence is going to go to some upcoming film fun that I'm reading about on Because of Them We Can. First of all, I actually heard about this, I think, a day or so ago. So Ta-Nehisi Coates is going to be writing a Superman movie that J.J. Abrams is producing.
I did not know that. Oh, shit.
So I love Superman. I know he's not many people's favorite of the heroes. And it seems like they can't really get that many like film adaptations of him correct. His video games are always trash. So hopefully this will be something a little bit better. Man of Steel was incredible. Like, I think that was the last solo Superman is the lead film, and I've seen it maybe twice, 3 times. It's incredibly boring for the first chunk of it, but the last half hour is nuts. So hopefully they can, fill the rest of the film out with just as much pleasure. I don't know if this is going to coincide with the, I don't know if DC and Warner Brothers are even still trying to do a universe where these films link up. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I know that Zack Snyder is working on this Justice League director's cut that's supposed to be 7 weeks long and is coming on HBO Max soon, I think. I don't know. But when I heard about this, and I love J.J. Abrams stuff too, I got really hyped because, the Coates is behind.
That is impressive. I'm excited for Between the Kryptonite and Me. That's gonna be good.
But he also wrote like a lot of the really dope Black Panther stories as well.
Oh, for the comic books?
Yeah. So he's not even a stranger to like comicking things up. I wonder who they're gonna make as the new Superman if what's his face doesn't do it, that very incredibly fine white man.
Yeah, I don't know, but maybe this will do for Superman what the Spider-Man movies of the early 2000s did for Spider-Man. But I don't know if Spider-Man. I felt like people started caring about Spider-Man after that.
No, you're right.
I'm like, maybe I missed it, but I felt like niggas did not give a fuck about Spider-Man.
No, I'm trolling. I'm trolling. Yeah, you're right.
See, don't act like I don't know nothing.
That's Spider-Man, like the Tobey Maguire shit. And
yes,
then,
that shit was crazy.
That initial X-Men with Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart and Halle Berry, like that one.
Yeah.
That was like, oh, comics and movies. Like,
right.
Let's do a bunch of it, I guess. To me, anyway. So
and DC is not really keeping up with Marvel's pace, if you ask me. As far
Look
as
at you knowing things.
Listen, and knowing which ones are part of. I didn't even have to ask you was Superman DC. I already knew that. Mm-hmm. So,
wow,
you know
what that
DC
is.
Needs a win.
Growth. So, also, it says here that the incomparable and ever so goddamn fine Winston Duke is going to be playing Marcus Garvey in the film.
Yes, whatever it is, I'm fucking there. Bitch, I'm bringing my lights out to the iPic and it's going to be a fucking party.
Right, doesn't even matter. All you need to do here is Winston Duke.
Literally, as soon as you said his name, I'm like, I don't care. Whatever the movie is, I don't give a fuck. Tyler Perry can hire Winston Duke and I'm going.
Yeah, what is it? What's happening? I'll be there.
I'm fucking
Say
going.
less.
Is he wearing some short shorts like he was in Us?
So he's playing Marcus Garvey, like legendary,
yes,
revolutionary,
yes,
activist journalist.
We're ready.
And Jamaican and Harlemite. And as a Jamaican who's lived in Harlem, I feel like I really need to soak up a lot of this because I don't know too much of the Marcus Garvey story besides like the very basics.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see that as well as looking at Winston Duke.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready for all of that.
Yes, please.
It don't even matter what he got on.
I mean, girl, he's playing Marcus Garvey. He's probably gonna have on a petticoat or a damn.
But that's what I'm saying. Niggas back then wore their clothes. They wasn't like too tight, but they was form fitting. You know, the nigga. When you saw the ass or the thighs and all that. Like, I'm just saying, I'm ready.
Not you, sexualizing Marcus Garvey.
No, I'm sorry. Winston Duke is one of the very few men I feel that way about.
Dionne Warwick says that there is a Dionne Warwick Netflix series in the works with Tiana Taylor on board to play her.
Of course there is, because she said she wanted Tiana to play her.
She
so
did.
That was that.
And she said, "Get to it," and she meant it.
Well,
so
Black excellence.
There you have that. So these are things I'm excited to see, very much so, because you know Ta-Nehisi Coates and Nerddom. Jamaican Marcus Garvey and Winston Duke is fine. And also Dionne Warwick and Tiana Taylor is fine. So just sign me up.
Great
I want it all
around, yeah.
So let me take a sip of my drink.
Oh, and Tiana's babies are so gorgeous. Have you seen her kids lately?
So Junie is a model. She's a high fashion model.
Junie
just
is
don't
gorgeous.
If the category is face, drop out because like, you're not going to be able to catch up to that beauty and regality. Wow, what an icon!
Yeah, beautiful kids.
So let's get into pop culture this week in Hot Tub.
Just spit. You know what? Just spit it out. Just spit it out.
So okay. I'm sorry. It's not funny. So this week in Hot Tops, Booty and the Blow Dicks. I'm going to...
I thought you said it wasn't funny. I thought you said it wasn't funny, nigga.
It's because I laughed first, and I feel like when you laugh before a joke, like it's not funny anymore. You just set a high expectation for it.
Not when you do it.
It doesn't matter.
No, not when you do it.
Anyway, I'm proud of that one. All right.
Okay.
So Speaking of Tiana Taylor, did you watch the Coming to America sequel? Coming to America.
I have not watched it yet because I have gotten wildly different reviews in my iMessage. So I'm saving that for when a day that I don't have nothing else to do.
I watched it yesterday. I watched it last night.
How was it?
I felt like slightly bullied into it, to be honest with you. It was everywhere in the market.
Oh, yeah. No, they paid everybody.
Girl, damn. Like everybody, they had posters on the inside of my eyelids, girl. They were like everywhere. Anyway. So yeah, I decided to watch it. Coming to America is one of my favorite films, one of the best comedies in the world, if not the best. And I expressed on a previous podcast that I damn near just wrote it off altogether when I found out that it was rated PG-13. I just don't believe in like having a sequel walk back on a rating.
Yeah.
I just feel like that it's just...
I understand that.
Especially a fucking Eddie Murphy movie. Like an R-rated Eddie Murphy movie is like, you know what the ballpark we're playing
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
So I didn't know what to expect, but I also was hearing mixed things from people. I said, let me go ahead and watch it for myself. And it was fine.
I've gotten a lot of, it was cute. It was a good time. Nobody has said it was great.
I definitely got a few genuine laughs in. It kind of felt like the original Coming to America was like a young wild fuck nigga who just didn't give a shit. And this one is like a parent that kind of has to set a good example for its kids.
Okay.
Sort of. And then it was like lots of fan service and callbacks and all of that. It was fine. I also okay. Why am I doing this podcast? Listen.
Ooh, that's a very deliberate choice of words, friend.
I considered watching the original first. I've watched it dozens of times in my life.
Don't do that. That's not
I was like, I should watch Coming to America and then we'll pick up right at, for that whole thing. Because I do like to do that with sequels. But then I thought, you know what? Let me just allow this film to exist on its own without like having to follow up with a film I know is just fantastic.
Right.
And I feel like that helped. I really feel like that helped it out.
The fact that you didn't watch the clearly superior first movie.
I just feel like that would have been unfair.
Okay.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's what I thought. I
had two concerns, and I was hoping you had watched it because, like, so do you know what the plot at the very least?
I do, and I have heard disturbing things about how the movie begins.
Great. So let's start with that.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, 3, 2, 1. So Akeem, who is the king now, finds out that he has a son in Queens. And, he's like, bet I'm going to get him so that I can have a male heir or whatever. But he finds this out through Simi, like reminding him of a night, the same night that they went to the club. He picked somebody up. Simi picked somebody up because he wanted to get some. And Leslie Jones, like, basically drugged him. Like, she would smoked a blunt and like got him high by way of that, and then had sex with him to the point where he didn't even realize he had sex with her until talking about it in that moment.
That's what
they just kind of like treated it like, yeah, that was it.
like this is an okay thing.
Not only did they treat it like it was fine, Leslie Jones was one of the funniest characters in the film.
Damn.
So she's not even like a dislikable character. They don't ever really address the fact that shit happened. And my only other like WTF was I don't remember them ever discussing him getting a blood test. It seemed like if you were going to find like your son by someone who admitted that they were a hoe and ain't even sure if you're their daddy, like you'd probably want to have science back that up.
Absolutely.
If you're trying to have him come and be the heir to a throne of this fucking fancy ass country. I didn't, that felt like maybe it could have been. So those two things, and they're at the black ass top of the movie.
See.
So
when I heard about the rape situation, I was like, yeah, how did nobody flag that? How did nobody flag that?
So you decided to make this a PG-13 movie as opposed to an R1. Because you're like, let's get as many people. That's my guess.
Okay.
Like, let's get all the Amazon eyes we can on it.
Yeah.
But you were like, yeah, the whole date rape drug thing, that's cool. No problem.
And now I'm wondering why that falls under a PG-13 rating.
Yeah.
Seems to me that should automatically make it an R movie. So
anyway,
all right, yeah, I did hear about that, and I was like, okay, yeah, I will definitely wait till I don't have no homework.
I was like confused by that. Other than that, yeah, I got a couple of laughs. I thought that it was it had little cute references and stuff.
Yeah, very cute, very fine. Somebody told me there's a song called Midnight Train to Wakanda, and I said
that was bitch. Okay, so great, another spoiler. So
I said,
like at the beginning, right? I won't say why, but literally like first 5 minutes of the film. Sidebar on the sidebar, there are so many cameos in this film. But anyway. Like they're doing like another big fancy, performance gala for the royalty or whatever with musical guests. So they had some musical guests come in there and remix their songs to fit Zamunda shit. Yeah. And one of those was Gladys Knight singing
Midnight Train to Zamunda.
On the Midnight Train to Zamunda. And that is when I, cracked my knuckles and said, I'm in it. I already committed. I'm here. Let's just do this. I said I was going to do it, so I'm going to fucking do it. And I watched the whole goddamn movie.
What a glowing review.
Eddie Murphy's still funny as fuck. Arsenio Hall is still funny as fuck. I thought that Jermaine Fowler, I think that's his name, who plays his son, he was good. I would say check it out for yourself and form your own opinion. Yeah. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. So there.
Hallelujah.
So next thing I want to talk about is those hips on Chloe Bailey. Now, they don't lie and y'all can't handle them. I want to just Chloe and Halle, and that's really it. I don't have anything else.
And you can leave it right there. You could.
The talent, all of that's been established. The beauty, the, charisma, all of that. But as of late, the women have been, reminding y'all bitches.
Yep.
It's 2021.
Yep.
They've been on a show called Grownish. They've had a song called Grown, But if that wasn't enough, let us slay you with our natural goddamn beauty and powerful black auras.
Okay.
I don't know what exactly, if this was just an I'm gonna stunt photo set that Chloe Bailey dropped. I imagine you know what I'm talking about.
I feel like now I don't. At first I thought you were just standing just because Chloe is everything, but now I feel like I need to find these pictures.
I'm talking about this black leotard-esque moment, I believe with a high boot, and the dreads sort of up. And she's giving you hip. It's a very Beyonce-esque photo.
Oh, I see it. Yes. Oh, I see exactly what you're talking about.
It reminds me of a queen named Katrina who once said, show a little shot of ass just to get in his brain.
Okay.
And I was just like,
I see you, little sister. You better. Yes, fucking ma'am. God damn. This second picture, I wasn't ready for that shit.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's really giving me, it's like a Beyonce Janet hybrid situation going on here.
I
love it. God damn. That's right, girl. You better be fine and know it.
Walk into it,
ma'am. That's right. That's fucking right, Chloe. Bitch, you better. I'm looking at her Instagram now and gagging.
Yeah, that wasn't it. You know, it wasn't just one sampling.
Shit, that's right, girl. You better know
the ladies are stepping into it. We're adults.
You better know
Excuse
it.
us. Singing well and all of that is not just, that's not all that we do. I also saw like Hallie doing that up challenge or something the other day in her scarf. They're you know.
Yeah, no, I love them. I really do.
But yeah, the internet has had like mixed opinions about it, as they do anytime a woman is like, here's my hit.
What
like,
opinion is
here's my bare wrist.
22-year-old girl like having fun and being cute on Instagram. What is there to say other than bitch, get it?
It's the same fake ass Sunday service shit where people are like, oh, what are we teaching our young women?
That they can be fine and take pictures? What do you mean? What is she doing that is so offensive to you? Other than being cute? Like, I'm really tired of people who have double standards for women over men. Like, I don't want to hear it, because y'all definitely not in young little whatever the fuck niggas Instagram comments or whatever else criticizing every move he makes. So I like literally don't want it. And even if you were, I still don't want to hear it. Let that girl live and have her life.
So I have some fun memes that came to my iOS device after Lee Daniels in an interview claimed that Hugh Jackman approached him after Hugh watched Precious. He saw the film Precious, we all know.
Why?
And Hugh Jackman approached Lee Daniels supposedly about directing a Wolverine film. So, Mr. Daniels, I don't even have nothing for you. You can just slide to the side for me. Let me talk to this white man. I just want to talk to this white man. Logan, Hugh, what? Like, what were you, what did you get out of Precious that made you say, I need this nigga to do a movie about mutants?
That is exactly where my mind went, friend. I mean, first I wondered why Hugh Jackman watched Precious, but then I wondered what about Precious made him think this is the person who should direct Wolverine. That is exactly, it was 1-2 step, just like that. I need to know the answer to both of those questions.
I don't have a connection or a link for this. But what I do now have is a picture of Monique's.
No. Oh.
A picture of Precious Mama with Wolverine's mask on it. Because niggas. That is what you niggers do on the fucking internet. And I will get to Vision later. I will get to Vision later. I will get to Vision later. You are absolutely out of bounds. And someone has to do something. I just can't. Anyway, Lee Daniels says that he even went up to Fox, who owned the rights to the Wolverine and X-Men license or whatever. He said apparently in this interview with Collider, Lee said, he sent me into the studio to Fox, and I had never done a studio film before, and it was a disaster. He said that he pitched my way right out of the room. Then it says he added, I pulled over to the Kentucky Fried Chicken afterward and ate a whole 6-pack of wings. It was the worst meeting of my life. I don't know how he gets Wolverine from Precious, but I love him and he's a friend to this day. And the reason that sent me is because the only thing, like the first thing I thought of.
Please don't say
that.
it. Please do not say it.
First thing I thought of.
Please don't say it. Please don't say it. I'm begging you not to say it.
The first thing I thought of when Hugh Jackman thought he should make a Wolverine movie is how fast Precious was running with
I begged you to not say it. I begged you to not say it. I knew that was the truth. As soon as you said that nigga pulled over to the KFC, I said, oh no.
I think there was something about that shot of Precious running.
Lee Daniels not shit for that.
I think it had, because like, girl, what? Like, did you just watch the movie and you felt like it was powerful and you were just like, wow, I really like what this director did. I want him to do something with me. And all I'm fucking doing right now is Wolverine. So let him do that. Like, nigga, you've had other roles since then.
No.
You weren't like, ooh, let's come up with something to do together that's an original one. You took Precious. And it's like, I don't know what a Lee Daniels Wolverine.
He said he pitched his way right out the room. Like, somebody has the video of this. Somebody has the video of this pitch, and I need to see it.
I don't know what a Lee Daniels Wolverine would look like. I imagine possibly that Jean Grey would be played by Jocelyn Hernandez. And she would just have her own red wig that she brought from home. And let's see, who'd he cast as Wolverine?
I cannot get. Would it not be Hugh Jackman?
Oh yeah, he is Wolverine. Let's see.
I don't know.
You're right about that.
Okay.
I was considering the fact that they would make Wolverine black instead, but I guess that would defeat the purpose of Hugh Jackman being involved. Lee, this is not your fault. You did nothing wrong in this particular situation.
You let that
And in
white man
fact,
gas you up.
Like, why would nigga? What the Wolverine?
I would have said,
like,
ooh, so cocaine was on sale today because you are clearly high.
I also read that email that passed the read from someone who said Lee Daniels needs to go to jail, and apparently it was about that. I
didn't see that, but
apparently it's about the Billie Holiday film that's, I believe, on Hulu.
Oh, did he direct that?
Yes.
Oh shit.
And the person who wrote that email is a huge Billie Holiday stan, and they, I guess, didn't like the way that it went. But I haven't watched it, so I felt like it wasn't the time to give an opinion on that. Because I heard some people say that they liked it.
Yeah, especially Andra Day's performance. I think she won some awards. I saw a video of Regina King. Yeah, I saw a video of them being black and her interrupting her speech and them like hugging and having a whole moment. So I was like,
I love when the Black Hollywood ladies see each other at the functions.
Same.
And like lift one another up on their shoulders and like do backflip. I love it. I love it. I love it. And like one of this year's International Women's Day, like clips that like a lot of the rich ladies have been posting starts with that moment. I don't remember if it was I think it was the Academy Awards where Viola Davis and Taraji Henson like
have a moment. Yes.
Like I love that shit. Chef's kiss. I love it. So yes, anyway, all of the Wolverine, X-Men, Precious mashup memes, inject them in my veins. I don't know what the fuck Wolverine was thinking when he pitched this.
Okay.
But you know, sometimes the stars align and you get some fun.
Nope. No, right. I was gonna say the stars aligned for us, maybe.
Oh, not for that fucker. I'm just for laughter.
The way I would I deeply wish I could see the look on them people's faces when he walked into Fox with that deck.
Or Hugh Jackman just like cut out the running part from Precious and sent that in with his pitch.
Leave me alone.
In the email, like, I watched this and I just felt like the agility.
Okay.
Speaking of fast food, the UK account for Burger King is having quite a Women's Day.
They asked for that. They asked for that.
For some reason, their big performative holiday effort came with this tagline, "Women belong in the kitchen." That was supposed to be like, I guess, about equality in the dining. Like, like what they were trying to, I think, make this like this point that more women should be taking charge in like boss positions in the culinary.
Oh yeah, they should be in the kitchen if they want to be. Yeah.
Right. Because, you know, like a lot of these big fancy ass restaurants that are praised and all of the rap niggas go to and stuff like that. It's like men are the ones who own the place. Yeah. They're the head chef. Da, 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 da. So I guess that was the like effort.
Ain't no
behind
chefs
this.
at Burger King. Who the fuck is chefing it up at Burger King?
Let's discuss the Quarter Pounder.
All you need is a food handler's license.
No, Quarter Pounder.
Quarter Pounder is McDonald's. Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
You talking about the? I almost said Big Mac. Yeah, Whopper. That's what you're talking about.
Whatever. Like, I just don't know. How did you think? Like, how did you think this was gonna work?
I mean, they definitely did it to catch people's attention, and then started this whole thread about it's actually about women's equality, and it's like, but you could have just done that without trying to trick people into reacting to your thread. Like, it's just so cheap and lazy.
So it was clickbait, essentially.
Yeah, it was clickbait, except didn't even click nowhere.
But it wasn't even like, if the whole point is like, let's talk about some real shit that can make a difference, why make it clickbait? Like, I would understand if it was like the McRib is back, or, you know, the McShrimp cocktail, or whatever. Like, something.
Gross. Don't give them no ideas.
Like, if they were trying to sell some new Burger King product and that came with clickbait, I guess I would understand that. But if on fucking International Women's Day, you're trying to make this statement about something that could do, you know, that could be great for women in this field, I don't understand why you would take this route with it. And it was in papers as well as a tweet. Like, it was a whole ad. And they spent money on this.
Okay.
Yes.
So it wasn't even just the regular work of your digital team. You spent money. All right.
Lights.
And for what, girl?
Somebody getting fired.
Y'all, I mean, I think they're like maybe sponsoring some scholarships or something for women to go to culinary school, something like that. But like, again, nobody who goes to culinary school or is a professional chef is going to be working at Burger King, because you don't actually have to cook to work at Burger King. That's more like heating shit up, right?
Put it on the conveyor belt.
You're basically heating shit up, frying it. Yeah. Nobody in Burger King is chefing it up from scratch. So, like,
you do get to like, arrange the lettuce.
I mean, and I'm not devaluing what they do, because what they do is definitely a job.
I did it. That's why. But
I mean, my very first job was at Wendy's, girl. I'm not talking like I ain't never been
fancy.
there before.
Excuse me.
Excuse you, bitches.
Wendy's.
Correct. We classy, ho. But
that's
anyway, I'm just saying, like, they could have. There were so many better ways to do this other than pissing people off, but if the engagement meant that much to you, then I see why you did it.
And like, again, all of this is a marketing and PR departments going, here's the big woke holiday that's coming up next. What's the plan? That's all that it is. So, like, if it was going to be about all of that anyway, I just don't understand why this was the idea or why it was executed like that or whatever. And again, like, you're not talking about Burger King specifically or women belonging in the culinary field of Burger King specifically. You as a fast food restaurant are saying like restaurant and the culinary industry in general should have more women in boss positions. Even if it was Burger King, not just like managing a Burger King, but like owning one or working at an executive, something like that. I'm assuming is like the full circle statement that they're trying to make here. But they just, whoever, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if a man made this up. This has to be a nigga's idea.
Wouldn't be shocked if it was a man's idea and men co-signed it the whole way through. Would not be surprised at all.
Like, guys, you don't have to have like a big, here's our emotional 30-second ad for Yom Kippur or whatever. Like, if you don't give a fuck, you can just not.
Yeah.
Like, people are still going to buy your nuggets.
It's fucking Burger King. It's fucking people are going to buy it anyway. If people are hungry. They see your ass on the corner. They go inside and get whatever you serve there. And that's that. Like, I don't. Why? None of this was necessary. Like, it seems like really the sole purpose was to get your Twitter engagement up, which is sad because you're fucking Burger King.
Yeah.
You should not have to resort to stupid, cheap, dumb shit like this. Oh, but speaking of the UK, did you watch the interview last night?
I watched it today.
You did? Is this on your list? Am I jumping ahead?
Actually, I didn't have it on the list, but I did consider after I, threw myself in front of the computer, like when Jazzy Jeff got thrown out of the Banks and Sounds.
Right.
Like, oh, maybe we should discuss that as well. Wow. First of all, William got tired of Oprah cutting him off. I'm just going to come out and say it. Like, it was one more time before William was like, God damn. I mean, I've been silenced my whole motherfucking life. Can I just finish a sentence?
No.
Anyways. It was sad.
Yeah.
I felt bad for them.
It was sad. Like, I can't say that I was stunned by anything I heard, but what surprised me the most was that, I guess I kind of had this idea in my head that they were like, oh, fuck this royal shit. We're over it. It's boring and it's whack. We're going to go to America and be real people. And it turns out them niggas was pushing them out slowly but surely.
Yeah.
As soon as Harry made it clear he was going to marry the negress.
Yeah. That's
the plan went into motion to get them the fuck out.
And when she... when they found out she was pregnant, that's when it was like, oh, this is really real.
Yeah.
So now you're birthing new negresses.
Right. You're going to bring negresses into the royal family.
And that's what it just became. But yeah, you're completely right. It was less of like, this is some bullshit, we're out. And more like, okay, y'all aren't trying to look out for us. You don't really care about our safety anyway. So let's just take a step back, but we'll still do everything we can. And then basically responding of, no, you can actually step all the way back, sis, and like fuck off forever and take your tar baby with you. Like,
literally, like they left and went to Canada, and then them niggas was like, okay, well now we're gonna just take Harry's security too, because y'all don't seem to understand that we don't want you around.
And shout out to Medea, because Tyler Perry
could have seen that coming.
I don't even give a fuck how she got on the boat today, because you know something, Tyler fucking Perry
did it. Yeah.
Provided Prince William, with refuge and security for his family when the actual royal family would not. Tyler, black ass Medea Perry,
right,
was like, I got you, just on some black shit, just on some real shit. And Oprah was the one like, well, what's the tea, sis? Give it up. Let's like, Let's get down to the meat and the bone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It was
mean,
wild.
again, to me, of course, so many racists are pushing back on it. And I saw
Womp.
an interesting video today of these young guys on YouTube who like did some interviews. I know y'all know their names, but they interviewed some quote unquote royal commentators from out in Britain or whatever.
Oh Lord.
About the interview before it happened. So like they fully knew that they were being interviewed and asked questions about the interview without having seen it and acted like they did, thinking that the people who were interviewing them were, I guess, just as hateful, when in reality it was flipped on them and put on YouTube as, look how fake these motherfuckers are. They actually do lie on these people.
Oh, I need to see that.
It was fantastic. They're psychopathic. It doesn't anyway. I guess, you know, the racists out there being racist doesn't shock me. I'm surprised by how many racists here are so concerned and involved and have so many strong opinions. But to me, it's just like, are we really going to act shocked that a fucking institution and family that colonized everything that the goddamn light touches has a problem?
They did do that. Yeah,
I'm sorry?
It's definitely not shock over the racism. It's more like, for me, it was more like, y'all are so pressed when Meghan is already extremely fucking light. Like almost as light as you can get without completely passing. Her edges give her away most of the time. So it's like y'all were so pressed about that. And then Lil Archie came out looking like Harry 2.0. I mean, see-through with red hair.
When they said...
And he's still too black for them.
Right. When they said that there were discussions about how dark the baby's skin would be, I paused and shouted to myself, to the Lord, really. And I was like, how much do you have to not only hate black people,
listen,
but also not give a fuck to even learn or think anything about black people to have this be a legitimate concern? First of all, who the fuck cares? Second of all, your grandson, son, brother, whoever the fuck, William is all the way white, whitey white, white, right? Meghan is extremely fair-skinned, half white as well, I believe.
Yeah, she is half white.
Why did y'all think that y'all was gonna get a Prince Michael Blackson? Like, I don't understand. Like, have you ever seen?
So, right, the odds are extremely good that baby was going to be white. I mean, like, not even white passing, because at that point the nigga is mostly white. So, like, it is possible for genes to reach back to them grandparents or them great grands. It has happened before. It's not impossible, but it's highly unlikely. But even if they did, how are y'all this worried about the baby's skin color when all you motherfuckers are inbred?
And,
literally all of you. Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip are cousins and married. The family tree got one branch on it. And y'all over here worried about this baby who is 1/4 black, so worried about him that y'all was going to change the rules so he couldn't be a prince, so he couldn't have security detail. Talking about maybe Meghan need to get back to acting so she could pay her own way. Did somebody say Kate needed to get a job so she could pay her own way? No.
Yeah.
It's just like, yo, y'all are really like, it's wild that baby is as white as he is and they still have a problem with his blackness. Like, that is, I look at that child and I don't see black at all. So I just don't. I mean, I know y'all are racist, but this is another level.
To me, it's just like, as old as the monarchy is, as pointless as all of it is, If you had a little light-skinned Lori Harvey looking at his baby, who the fuck cares? Like, who, like, really? Really? Like, what?
Y'all
I don't know.
got documented pedophiles and incest in your family and turning your nose up at black people.
And then clock that too. Because Megan was like, oh yeah, I fully watched them protect all of these other people and their shit that was going on, that was actually going on.
Right.
But nobody stepped up for me when they knew what was being said was not true.
Exactly. Because they wanted your black ass gone. And you could take your quadroon baby with you. And if Harry don't like it, then Harry can go too. Like, if you thought they was going to be like, Harry is our baby. He's my grandchild. We'll never. No, girl, they're willing to cut anybody loose. They will kill anybody in order to uphold their own standards, their own bullshit. And it was just like.
Somebody said, somebody said, how they gonna care about Archie's color when Prince Philip is purple? And nobody said nothing.
Is Prince Philip even still alive?
That man is dead. He's dead. Like, you are not going to convince me. There's clearly some sort of something going on. I don't know if it was Agatha all along or what happened, but like something, because that man is rotting.
Right.
He's like,
that is a corpse. I've seen corpses and you won't lie to me.
The Walking Dead. So
most 100-year-old white men don't, well, I mean, they might look somewhere near that bad, but this one looks exceptionally terrible.
Like fully crawled out of the soil.
Like you can smell the death on him. Right. He just don't even look right. So yeah, it was just, I felt for Harry and Meghan through hearing most of their story. A lot of it was like, y'all are very fucking naive. Like, if y'all thought that the family was just gonna be like, oh, okay, well, it's Meg. It's like, like maybe because she is so light, y'all thought it was gonna be less of an issue than it actually was. But you know, shit got real. And when it came down to it, Harry was ready to protect his family, which is obviously a good thing. And, you know, I hope they're safe and happy out in California living their life. And Meghan is so adorable, getting ready to have this next baby and all that. So I wish them the best. But yeah, like you said, literally nobody is shocked that the British monarchy is racist. Like, nobody is shocked that the institution is upholding racism at all.
No one.
Because of course they are. These are the worst white people in the world. Of course they are.
Period. Like, what? Like, if you don't know shit, you should know that part. So there's nothing that...
They got a lot of work to do. A lot of therapy is needed.
Yeah, I definitely also felt bad for Harry in the whole, like, full circle effect of what happened with his mother and just feeling like that it was that all over again. And the fact that she left him some money and that is what was, like, had them able to make it at that point. And him saying, like, he felt like his mama saw that shit coming. That blows.
Yeah. That does. Like, that is a sobering thing to realize. And I guess, you know, you thank God that your mama had the means to leave you enough to take care of you and your family for however many years. Because wasn't it like 25-30 million that she left him?
Oh, I didn't hear about the exact number.
I mean, it's a giant number, and I'm sure with interest and whatever else, it's only grown since that time. But yeah, it was there was a lot going on in that whole interview. Shout out to Oprah, who gave me some incredible reaction memes that I have been using pretty consistently, even just over the past 24 hours. Yeah, and
she was living.
I wish Meghan and her children the absolute best.
Same. Bruno Mars has a new group out. He's part of a duo now. Dubbed Silk Sonic. It is himself as well as rap singer Anderson .Paak. They released a new single recently titled, what is it called? Leave the Door Open?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Leave the Door Open. So they were on The Breakfast Club, you know, promoting their existence, and were asked about Bruno Mars and his cultural appropriation accusations. To which he said, I would say you can't look at an interview, you can't find an interview where I'm not talking about the entertainers that have come before me. And the only reason why I'm here is because of James Brown. It's because of Prince, Michael. That's the only reason why I'm here. I'm growing up as a kid watching Bobby Brown saying, okay, if that's what it takes to make it, then I've got to learn how to do the Running Man. I've got to learn how to do the moonwalk. That's it. And this music comes from love. And if you can't hear that, then I don't know what to tell you. He went on to say that, they wear their inspiration on their sleeves, and basically what is the point of any of the stuff that great musicians or great people do if no one after that can be inspired and build upon it. Thoughts?
Well, I mean, I enjoy Bruno Mars. Every time I see Silk Sonic, I read it as Silk the Shocker. So it already
I don't blame you.
It throws me off every single time I see it. I think you can make the argument for appropriation if you really, really wanted to.
You can.
I don't, though, primarily because Bruno Mars does not act like he invented this sound or this look. Like he said, he very clearly cites his inspiration for everything he does. And I don't get the feeling that he is taking something and shutting out niggas from opportunity to do something. I don't feel like Bruno Mars is taking up space that some black person could be taking up. And it also helps for me that he is not white. That makes it a lot easier for if he was a white boy doing all that. I would probably be feeling a lot differently.
It helps for a lot of y'all that he ain't white.
I would probably be feeling a lot differently if he was white, but it's a combination of all those things. I just enjoy him. He's cute and he's fun.
Actually not even finna go back down this boulevard myself. The new song is cute. I will say this. It is also an incredibly transparent inspiration from loads of black sounds and Motowns and all kinds of stuff.
Like every other Bruno Mars song.
Without feeling to me like some minstrel shit. I just sing, sis. Sing, play the instruments. I don't need your bedazzled tracksuits with you dancing around like Jerome saying, I can't touch myself. I'm so I don't want it. I don't. And now I'm on the boulevard. Now I'm back down the street and I said I wasn't. So I'm going to turn around here and get back to the intersection, which is the fact that the song is fine. And you can absolutely be, inspired by the girls and so on.
Yeah.
And if this new song and sound and approach is, a testament to what's to come, an example of what's to come, fine. But my God, was I tired of this Kangol hat wearing nigga moonwalking all over the place.
I'm shocked to hear you say something nice.
I mean, Bruno Mars he's an incredibly talented person. I just thought that it was too much. It was too much.
I love it. I admit it. I do. I love his music.
Everyone does. It's like a niggas on ice.
No, not niggas on ice.
It's like the nigga show that everyone can go to and bring their kids.
Damn.
I mean, if I'm lying.
I mean, when you say it like that, now I have some hard questions to ask myself. Thanks.
Lastly, I don't know why y'all won't leave Lil Nas X alone. He simply is just here, enjoying his life. And for whatever reason, y'all keep playing on his time and his dime. So that one nigga posted on his Instagram some headline about how China was going to be forcing foreigners to take COVID tests with anal swabs.
Now, why would that? All right.
And so Tekashi 69 responded to this post by saying, Lil Nas X has entered the chat. So Lil Nas X posted a TikTok video with his latest, I think, not released song, Call Me By Your Name, playing in the background. He's wearing a blue ski mask. He posts the comment from 6ix9ine, followed by a screenshot of what seemed to be 6ix9ine in his DMs. One from October 8th that just says, yo, and one from February 16th that says, gonna be in your city soon, what you doing? With the upside down smiley face and a heart. And so, of course, people took this as 6ix9ine was flirting, sliding in this gay man's DMs, trying to see what's up, and was not responded to, at least not in these screenshots.
Right.
So, you know, the meme was, of all of the rappers that this nigga has had issues with, it was Lil Nas X that was the one to, you know, I guess really put the fire out.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, 6ix9ine himself denies that he's ever sent any DMs to Lil Nas X. He posted a haggard video of himself, where he showed his phone and the message box from Lil Nas X, where it says he hasn't accepted a request for a message from him, to which people claim that is because he unsent his messages from Lil Nas X. I completely gave up trying to understand how Instagram does anything.
I don't do none of that on Instagram.
They don't know how any of that works. So,
yeah, I would not be able to tell a real Instagram screenshot from a fake one. I would not.
Yeah, I can't do all of that, you know, detective knives out ass work where
I don't care that much.
I don't know how that works. But yeah, you know, if you hate 6ix9ine, I guess you probably believe it. If for whatever reason you like 6ix9ine or just hate gay people, then you probably don't. And you know, here we are. I would say, you know, we've discussed the fact that Mama wears rainbow colored lace fronts. And so if you want to walk from there, you can do whatever you want to. I just feel like, you know, DMs or not, the joke wasn't even funny. Like, if you're going to make a homophobic, unnecessary ass joke about this gay man not doing anything to you that we know of.
Right.
Like, this fucking 14-year-old overplayed ass meme has entered the chat. What's next? Alexa, play Old Town Road? Like, girl.
Really, though? Probably something equally as, like, did you have to waste our time with this? Because what was the point? Like, oh, okay, haha, anything to do with anal, I'm going to just make a joke about the one popular gay man I can think of, and that's that. Like, all right, girl. I think we all saw it coming, and it isn't funny. So, what else you got?
I'm so old and tired, and
same. So I don't have no issue like letting the young people have their ridiculous drama. They can have it.
So that's about it for the hot tops this week. Before we move on, it's time for some Kid Fury sports shorts, the sports section of the show.
God.
That's right, ladies.
Why? What sport is even happening?
Well, we just recently came off of the National Basketball Association All-Star Weekend.
Oh my God.
That took place in the great city of Atlanta, Georgia.
This is about the All-Star game?
Yes, it's sports. So the All-Star game is a game where stars of all kinds come together and they play sports together. And so what they do is they get the girls that everyone lives for. I think they vote. They vote and they pick the girls that, you know, everyone likes. And so then they be having like these different competitions and sports. orgies likely, but that's not the televised portion of the festivities.
Right.
So they have like the dunk contest, which is a contest that involves dunking a basketball into the portion. And that happened many times with lots of people who performed.
We can hear you typing very fast.
And so also they do what is called a 3-point contest, which is a contest for 3-pointers. The winner of that was Riley Curry's daddy, apparently, who plays for the Golden State.
Correct.
He's a light-skinned man that's married to a chef, and he plays basketball very well, apparently. The All-Star game itself is a basketball game, and it has so many people.
Did the page just load?
The teams, since it's not like any one city, are comprised of, it was Team LeBron and Team Durant. That is for LeBron James and Kevin Durant, who play basketball. And they were chosen because they won spades before the game.
Oh.
They were the winning team.
Is that what it was?
And so that's how you get to do that. And so Team LeBron was victorious by having more points than the other team. And so why have you walked away from... My co-host has walked away.
I was just gonna go get me some wine, but no, I'll finish.
It's fine. I'll catch the girls up and introduce them to Damian Lillard, who plays for the Portland Trail Blazers. He is a guard. What they do is guard the sport, and they played the game together. LeBron James also played the game. So did Stephen Curry, whose name is Stephen Curry, even though it's spelled Stephen Curry. Also, this happened in Atlanta. It was the 70th All-Star game to happen. There were many points, as well as conversions, and a most valuable player. There were also analysts, statistics, and very hideous sports attire. It happened, and it was a celebratory moment that also led to likely many infections of the coronavirus and probably pregnancies. So what you need to take away from this information that I'm giving to you is that basketball has events and festivities that you can watch on your local sports program, where they usually have a ball of some kind that is in motion. Thank you for coming and listening to this edition. You're very welcome. If you have any questions or concerns, let's keep it questions. If you have any questions, feel free to share, and I'll, be glad to catch you up. There we are.
Okay.
You're welcome, folks.
Thank
and on
you.
that note, anything you need to be caught up on, if you missed anything, are you on the same page here? Because I can go over it again.
No,
if you want to.
I definitely already knew those Wikipedia facts about the All-Star game, but thank you.
Great. Also, there'll be another one next year if the world still exists, because it's like annual. I just wanted people to learn.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's it. Now we're going to take a break. So guys, this episode is being brought to you by HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you can get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door. And the whole eating out, eating in, cooking, so on and so forth thing is a bit more complicated right now. So what could be better than having, your grocery store skipped altogether and HelloFresh sending you the right proportions, the right ingredients, and all kinds of fun recipes that you can try to, feed yourself like I'll be doing, or feed a family, or feed a man that probably doesn't deserve to be fed. With over 25 recipes to choose from each week, there's something for everyone to enjoy, or a stud. All their recipes are designed and tested by professional chefs and nutritional experts to ensure deliciousness and simplicity. HelloFresh is also 28% cheaper than shopping at your local grocery store and 72% cheaper than a restaurant meal without sacrificing the quality. So it's just another option in case you need one or things get complicated. You can easily change your delivery days or food preferences and skip a week whenever you need. Personally, I love HelloFresh because I don't like leaving the home if I don't need to, especially when there is a blizzard or it is just 20 degrees for whatever reason. So if HelloFresh can say, here's everything you need, sis, have at it, I'm all for it. So go to HelloFresh.com/312 and use code 312 for 12 free meals, including free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/312 and code 312, and you'll get 12 free meals, including free shipping. Taste something great, take a picture, post it on your gram or whatever, have a good time. And let's get back to the show. Okay, so we're back, and it is time now to read your listener letters.
Yes, send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We may read them aloud on the show. We have a quick question this week from Lindsay, who wants to know if you still watch UFC, and if you do, what did you think of this weekend's card? Which I don't know what that means.
It's just the fight.
Oh, okay.
The event, I guess, itself. I didn't watch it. I dedicated this weekend to watching 3 movies. One was Coming to America, which we discussed. Mm-hmm. One was, is it Raya and the Last Dragon or Raya and the new Disney? I don't know if it's a Pixar movie. But it's a new Disney movie with a...
the one with the Jhené Aiko song.
Yes.
Okay.
That one.
Okay.
And, what was the other movie that I watched? It was a movie that's been out and I haven't seen it in a while. Was it the Black Judas? No, I saw it. I don't remember. I watched movies this weekend. So no, I didn't even know about the fight until like 5 minutes before it started.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry, whatever your name was. But the UFC we are not caught up on. So
there you go.
Let's see. We have a letter here from Samira who says, I am a 37-year-old mother of 2 kids who are now 22 and 17. As you can see, I had my children very early, so I always say my oldest and I grew up together. My childhood was pretty traumatic, so learning to be a parent was obviously a trial and error situation. Me and both of my kids are all in individual therapy, And I have apologized to my children in passing many times for my shortcomings as a parent. However, I'm starting to feel like I should sit them down and really talk about our past. My son is grown and out on his own and thriving. My daughter will be graduating soon and going off to college. Our relationship is good and they can and do tell me anything. My question is, how would you want your parents to apologize to you for those growing pains? And how many times do you think they should apologize? The parent I was at 15 and 20 is obviously not the parent I am now, but I raised some pretty great kids despite those challenges. Any advice would be appreciated. Thanks, Samira. How many times is just so precious?
Right. I don't think I would need multiple. I honestly don't know that I would need one. I don't know, like, how I would want it. I think I would just want it to be authentic, and I think I would just want it to be full accountability without, added excuses and buts, and you have to, like, sometimes an apology can be a very simple, like, I should have done better, and I truly apologize that I did not.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really need to have like, you know, a scroll of words and information and a violin and stuff. But
Yes, violin.
it also depends. You know, my experience may be different than somebody else who wants or deserves an apology from their parents or some shit like that. Again, I'm sorry, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I just want my parents to be, you know, happy and healthy and shit like that. And the same for me. But yeah, I think that if I were to receive an apology, I would just want it to feel like a real apology. And I'd want to feel like it comes with a true understanding of why the apology is necessary. You know, because it's like one thing to say you're sorry for something because you know that you need to. But like, if you don't understand why you should be sorry, does it matter?
Right. No,
You know?
it doesn't. It's just not real when you're only apologizing because you feel like it's something you're supposed to do. So,
but I mean, like, you can really feel sorry because you know you fucked up. But if you don't know why you fucked up, then it kind of is pointless.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, you said that you've apologized, you know, just in passing before, and that you and your kids have a great relationship. They can tell you anything. They do tell you anything. So that to me seems like, you know, some pretty strong signals that y'all are good. But
yeah,
if it's bothering your conscience, then I don't think there's anything wrong with having like a sit down meeting about it. You know, it just might be more about you feeling like you are saying everything that you want to say to them and less about what they need to hear. It might be. I mean, it could also be that they're like, oh, wow, thank you, Mama. I really appreciate you like taking the time out to specify these things because I blah, blah, blah. But the fact that all three of y'all are in therapy is already a fucking miracle. So,
right. I'm
like, that's already incredible. So I feel like y'all are probably past the point where that is like necessary. Probably. But if it's bothering you, then say something. And I mean, if they say, yeah, Mama, I know you apologized before, girl, we're good. Like,
right.
then you can sleep well. And if not, I mean, like, either way, if it's gonna ease your mind a little bit, then have the conversation. But I don't think you need to make it a point to apologize over and over again for the same thing. One sincere apology is enough.
Yeah.
It really is. As long as you really mean it and you're clear about what you're sorry for. Now, if you're sorry for something you ain't never apologized for before, then, then yeah, you know, bring it up as some brand new thing. But yeah, otherwise this might just be your conscience like, kind of beating your ass a little.
If you do feel like apologizing again, I don't think it's going to hurt. Like, I do agree with Crystal that I expect that they might be like, we know, Mama, like,
you
we're
have
good.
Said it.
Because it does sound like, you know, they're fine. But yeah, I don't think it would hurt if you feel like you want to do it again.
Yeah.
But if they're like, we're good after that, I think you can.
Right. And if you're still feeling guilty after that, then you probably need to talk to your therapist about forgiving yourself and showing some grace and compassion for yourself. Because it sounds like you had a rough ass upbringing and you really turned it around for yourself and your kids. And you should be extremely proud of yourself for that. There's people twice your age that can't say that. So, yeah. So, good luck to you and your kids as y'all move forward. Our next letter comes from Kelly, who says, my two closest friends, Sparkle and Trixie, and I all made an agreement to do a big trip for each of our 30th birthdays. We all turned 30 about a year and a half apart from each other. So this gives us time in between to re-up on money to splurge on these trips. My birthday trip was first, and we went on a cruise back in 2019. Fast forward to now, and Sparkle's 30th is approaching, but we still in the middle of this damn Panasonic. We still want to do something special, but we want to keep it as safe as possible. Sparkle lives in Alabama, while Trixie and I live in Georgia. So we decided in December to just go to a beach in Florida where we can get some sun while staying away from other people. All three of us agreed on the trip, so Sparkle and I immediately bought our plane tickets, but Trixie said she would wait till it was closer to the time we were going. I checked in with her recently about her ticket, and now she has the nerve to say she's not comfortable going on this trip because of COVID. Trixie is the same girl who went to everybody's house party during the holidays. This bitch still be in a strip club, and she stay hooking up with randoms that she met on dating apps.
Oh, no.
Sparkle and I have actually tried to stay out these streets as much as possible, but both of us still have to go in for our jobs. I only caught COVID because I'm a teacher and our school is open and in person, so I'm forced to be around thousands of stinking ass teenagers. She put that in there.
She did.
She's mad about it.
Yeah.
I know Trixie's real problem is probably her finances, but I'm pissed off that she decided to use COVID as an excuse. Should I talk to her about this or just distance myself from her lying ass and let it ride? As I got ready to send this email, I checked my social media, and now this hoe has traveled to yet another state and is at a house party as we speak. So now I'm even more annoyed.
Wow.
Thanks, Kelly. I can imagine as somebody who had COVID, for people to use COVID to get out of some shit when you know they've been running the streets is like, bitch, don't take my fucking illness in vain, bitch. Like, how dare you?
Right.
I can see how that would be irritating.
Yeah, that does make sense. I mean, I like to just say it. Like, I do. Like, I mean, if you feel comfortable / it's best to just like cut, move forward and just be like, okay, I see, how you move, then whatever. I am all for being like, so what is the truth? As Oprah once said. Like, what is the truth? Because you're telling me this one thing that is completely ridiculous and inconvenient, but at the same time, you're at Freaknik, you're at the Goombay, you at Made in America. I just don't understand how you're using COVID as an excuse when you clearly don't give a fuck about it. Like, may I at least have the facts of what's going on? Because I just don't like my intelligence being insulted.
Like, at least tell me the truth about it, especially if we agreed to this in December and now here we are in March and you acting like, oh, you want to back out because of COVID concerns. But at no point over the past few months have you stopped being in the mix.
Like, if the roles were reversed, you know what I mean? Like, what I'm saying is, for you, it's like, well, girl, yeah, I'm in a COVID ass situation, but that's because it's my fucking job. Right. And I work at a school, So that person being like, oh, I'm scared of COVID. Nobody could blame you, is what I'm trying to say, because that makes sense. But if you're going, around to house parties and stuff like that, then it doesn't make any sense, and it's not fair to then use COVID as an excuse to be like, oh, I'm not doing this thing anymore. Because it's like, I mean, does she think that you don't know that she's at these things?
Right. It's not like she has like blocked y'all on social media so y'all can't see all the different moves she's making. So
right. So it's like, COVID aside, sis, because at this point I've had it. You've had it probably. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like, what is going on? What's the issue? Because you're saying for her it is probably money, but yeah, I mean, I guess some of y'all are you get incredibly uncomfortable just being like, I ain't got it, even if it's.
But these are like your closest friends. This is like a best friend trio. It's like, I would be like, listen.
I mean, I know people that I'm quite close to that I feel like might do the same thing, honestly. And it just doesn't make any sense to me because, like, what do you think I'm going to go and, like, erect a billboard somewhere that says blankety blank is broke as fuck? Like, we're friends, you know what I mean? I guarantee you either one of two things is going to happen. Either I'm going to completely respect and understand, or I'm going to offer to help you and completely respect and understand.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to be like, aha, bitch. Like, I don't know.
That's what you get for being broke.
Right. Like, I mean, I get it. You know, pride is a bitch for a lot of people, I guess. But the COVID thing is just a weak excuse, girl. Like, you couldn't come up with any of the fuck thing else. Like, I see you at Moesha and them house.
Right.
Like, I don't understand.
And I think I would lay it out just like that. I would be like, no, if you don't have it, that's one thing. And I mean, I would feel comfortable saying it like that, if only because this is like your best friend. So I would be like, if you don't have it or if something is going on, that would be one thing. But saying you scared of COVID when you at a house party in a different state right now, like, bitch, don't. Like, I'm not Boo Boo the fucking fool. Don't.
And been going.
Right. And been doing it in the whole damn panorama. Like, don't just lie to my fucking face, girl. Like, respect me more than that as your best damn friend. Like, that's a lie you tell coworkers when they try to go, you know, out to the bar or something after work. Like, COVID. Like, bitch, you know you love the bar. You just don't want to hang out with them niggas. Like, is it us? Have you fallen out with us for some reason? Like, because you saying you scared of COVID, you gonna have to come, like, that's like Dustin telling me he don't want to go somewhere because he's scared of COVID. Come on now, my nigga. You got to do better than that. Like, that ain't it. So if you can't tell me, like, your closest friend the truth, then who can you be honest with? I would say something, if only because it's egregious.
Right. Like, that's the thing. That's
it's
literally
like she's daring y'all to ask her if she really means it.
Right. It's like almost, like, I feel like if it were a different excuse and I still knew that it was an excuse and it was probably a money thing, I wouldn't even be pressed. You know, I don't think I would be. Like, if she made any of this, I just remembered that I'm supposed to start a nonprofit. I don't know why that's what came to my mind. But like, if she came up with almost any other excuse, I would have probably just left it alone. But like, COVID is the one you're going for, girl. But you're at the function.
Stop it.
Like, that doesn't make sense. You know, I know you're at there. That doesn't. Yeah.
Yes.
I just say how I feel.
Yes. Confront her and let us know how it goes. Our last letter comes from Nana, who says, my boyfriend and I started dating for a while, broke up for 4 years, and have been back together now for 2 years. During the 4 years that we were apart, he and his business partner made some extremely bad decisions. These decisions could potentially have him in debt for a little over $500,000. She did not elaborate on the bad decisions any further than that. Everything is going great in our relationship except the threat of this looming massive debt. He has been taking steps to save money and get his education up so he can find a better paying job until he gets the official number of how much he owes from the government. Oh, yeah. Just in case we didn't mention it, this $500,000 is owed to the U.S. federal government.
Fun. That's fun.
He has been dropping hints about proposing, and we've had numerous discussions about getting married, but I'm a little hesitant about the debt, since when we get married, I would be on the hook for it too. What do y'all think I should do? I love this man, but is love enough to overcome this? Your advice would be greatly appreciated. Thanks, Nana.
Nana, I have a question for you. You really asked us this? Have you heard this podcast before, honey? Sweets.
When I tell you so many letters in the inbox are like, it's like, what do you think we gonna say? Because I feel like if you know anything about us, you should know that we're gonna tell you to consult an attorney. That if you are dead set on marrying this man, you absolutely need some legal paperwork drawn up and signed first that will ensure that you are not responsible for his debt, and probably vice versa. It needs to. It's probably going to have to be a prenup situation where y'all are going to have to work with attorneys and the laws of your own state to ensure that you don't take on his debt. But a better solution than that is to simply not marry this person.
There it is. I mean,
because one does not make bad decisions and then magically accrue $500,000 in debt to the federal government. Like, you didn't say it, but there's no way that this was a legal business that did legal things. I don't know what these niggas did. But for him to be facing $500,000 to the feds, there is a 0% chance that this was a legitimate business doing legitimate business. So
get matching bracelets.
Get matching dreads. Get matching pajamas. But marriage, you really ought not.
I don't know. It's like, love doesn't always win. And
not love doesn't always win. Love will also make you one stupid person.
It will just make you, yes.
Love will make you do some incredibly stupid shit.
I'm very guilty of this. So,
who among us is
understand?
not?
Right. This is not, so ain't nobody perfect. I just feel like with the information you provided,
tell her,
and the circumstances in front of you, I just like I would definitely consider holding off having a nice lengthy and legitimate conversation with an attorney, practicing legal counsel.
Yeah. You definitely need a lawyer. You should have emailed a lawyer.
Yeah.
It's got to be a law podcast out there somewhere.
I honestly think a lot of y'all have friends that just ask you to write into us because you won't listen to the people that you know. You know how sometimes advice hits more when it's like someone that don't know you like that? And so it's completely unbiased. I have a feeling that a lot of y'all have friends that are like, just ask Chris Lynn because they are going to tell you.
Because I'm sick of you asking me.
Right.
Oh my God, that reminds me when people would do that at live shows, be like, my friend, this stupid bitch won't leave her damn baby daddy alone. And then your friend is sitting there like, wait a minute, bitch.
Right.
How the fuck am I
stupid
in
bitch
this?
is sitting right there. I had no idea that's what they were going to say. It's insane.
It reminds me of that same situation, and maybe that is it. But please, please listen to your friends, listen to us. Do not marry this man without consulting. I mean, don't marry this man. But if you must, girl, you would be a stone cold fool to do it without some paperwork in place to ensure that you are not responsible for his debt. And that might not even be possible. I literally don't know. Ask a lawyer.
Yeah, that's true too. I don't know.
I don't even know
that's
if that's
why we're telling you to ask one. Right.
But if you like, hiring a lawyer, that seems like doing too much, then you know what? Definitely do not marry this man.
You know what is doing too much? Paying the federal goddamn government money for the rest of your black ass life. Like, that's a lot. That's doing a whole bunch.
Having your fucking wages garnished for the next 30 years to pay off this nigga's debt. Oh, no.
I'll be like, love be damned. Listen, hold on. I'm not entering no marriage with you until we have concrete paper proof that is not going to be an issue.
Yeah.
Because it's not my issue. And it shouldn't be. Just because I love you. What the fuck has love got to do with it?
Right. And I mean, the fact that y'all got back together after this business of his fell apart, I'm guessing.
Right.
Is another red flag. Like, he might be looking for somebody to marry him for the sole purpose of getting some help with taking care of this bill and ensuring that he still has a place to live and food to eat at the same time. And just look, I'm not saying he is, but he might be, girl. So you really need to take the love you have for him and keep that in mind because it's important. but also remember that you need to take care of yourself. And you talking about you got a nice job and you debt free and all that. You don't want to take this privileged position you have in life and completely throw it away for somebody else's bullshit. Whatever he did with his business partner, that ain't got nothing to do with you. So if I were you, I would not take on that responsibility, period. But yeah, girl, call or email a lawyer because no, ma'am. You need a qualified professional. You need a qualified legal professional to guide you through this. But yeah, if you ask us, then the answer is simply no. Do not do it, and let us know how the conversation goes when you talk to him about it. All right.
My word.
That wraps up the questions this week. If you have one for us, send it to asktheread@gmail.com. We're going to take another break and be right back. Hey y'all, this week's episode is also brought to you by ShipStation. If you sell stuff online, then you're definitely in the right business because absolutely everybody is shopping online these days. And that means a lot of orders are coming in and you'll need to ship them out fast. That's where ShipStation comes in. They make it super easy to manage and ship all your orders from all your sales channels faster, cheaper, and more efficiently. No matter where you're selling, Amazon, Etsy, your own site, ShipStation funnels all your orders into one simple interface, and they work with all the major carriers, including USPS, FedEx, and UPS. ShipStation has more 5-star reviews than any other shipping software. Alex uses it to ship out our merch that you guys buy on shoptheread.com and loves it, talks about how simple it is all the time. Everybody who has ever tried out ShipStation lets us know how simple it is to integrate into their business, right on their website. It's just everything right there on one interface. You can automate just about any shipping task. So if you are selling products online, then you absolutely need to try out ShipStation, where you can ship more in less time. All you got to do is use our offer code READ to get a 60-day free trial. That's right, 2 months free of no hassle, stress-free shipping. Just go to ShipStation.com, click the mic at the top of the page, and type in READ. That's ShipStation.com. Enter offer code READ. You can make ship happen. All right, let's move on.
This week's episode is also being brought to you by Just Egg, and this is for my plant-based peeps. If you were looking for some new fun for your breakfast, Just Egg scrambles, cooks, and tastes just like eggs you're used to, but plot twist, it's made from plants. It's protein-packed, but with less saturated fat and no cholesterol. They sent some Just Egg to me for myself. I've tried it. It works. The science is pretty clear that plant-based diets can have dramatic improvement in everything from heart health to life longevity. Just Egg is also better for the planet, using 93% fewer carbon emissions and 98% less water than a conventional egg. To try it for yourself, you can find Just Egg pretty much anywhere at most grocery stores, including Whole Foods, Walmart, Kroger, and on Amazon Prime now or Instacart. Just Egg is a better egg for you and your family. And thank you to Just Egg for being a dope product and a company with a great message and a great mission and eggs. Because who the hell doesn't love an egg? Maybe with some toast. Maybe with a little, milk. Let's get back to the show. All right. So we're back. It's time for the read. And go for it.
Okay. So I just have 2 very quick things this week. I was beyond dismayed last Tuesday when Texas Governor Greg Abbott announced that he is ending the statewide mask mandate, even though it was never really that much of a mandate in the first place. Now he's just decided to go full balls to the wall and say that y'all can do whatever the hell y'all want to. This, of course, is coming just a few weeks after Texas was exposed for having possibly the worst energy system in this entire country and leaving thousands and thousands of residents without power or with 5-figure power bills. And I mean, literally just absolutely a fucking wreck. Texas still has more than 200 people dying of COVID every day. And yet somehow Greg Abbott said that Texas has fought the pandemic to the point that people and businesses don't need the state telling them how to operate anymore. That's interesting because, like I just said,
oh my God,
people are still getting sick and are still dying. But yeah, as of this Wednesday, March 10th, Texas will no longer have a mask mandate. So you can expect to see the numbers absolutely skyrocket because at this point, I believe only 8% of Texans are fully vaccinated. And if I'm not mistaken, Texas is only vaccinating people who can prove that they are U.S. citizens. Texas, of course, has a significant population that is not U.S. citizens, but are vital to the economy. And do you think they give a fuck about those people or their lives? Absolutely not. Of course they don't. And that was leading me to what I really wanted to talk about, which was the fact that there is a Mexican restaurant in Houston called Pico's. And they decided that since masks were no longer, since Abbott dropped this mask mandate, but that means that businesses can still decide to enforce masks if they want to, because private businesses can do whatever they want to. And people and businesses being able to do whatever they want to is like a cornerstone of the Republican Bill of Rights. Like, allow me to do whatever the fuck I want to do with my money is the main thing Republicans care about. But this restaurant decided that they were still going to enforce masks in their restaurant. And how do you think Texans responded to that?
I imagine they burned it to the ground.
Well, first they threatened to call ICE on the staff.
Fun. Great start.
A Mexican restaurant called Pico's. Y'all decided that when they decided to exercise their Texas constitutional right to demand that people wear masks, y'all decided that what you were going to do was threaten to turn over the staff and employees to immigration because that makes sense. Help me understand, Texas. I thought the whole point was that private businesses could do whatever they wanted to and people could make decisions for themselves. And if you want to wear a mask, then just wear a mask. But don't get mad at me because I don't want to wear masks. Because why should I have to give a fuck about other people's health and safety and whether they stay alive? That's none of my goddamn business. How is it that? And then when a business says, okay, well, since it's up to us, then no, you can't come in here breathing all over every goddamn thing because we still in the middle of a fucking pandemic. And y'all decide to, so what is it really, Texas? Explain it to me like I'm 5 years old. Make it make sense. How do y'all say one thing God. And then when people follow the shit that you outline, all of a sudden it's an issue? What is it for real? Is it that the blacks and browns need to shut the fuck up and do whatever you say? Is that it?
Yeah, it kind of is.
Because y'all swear up and down it's not about race. It's not about class. It's only about my rights as an American. Y'all swear that's what it is. And yet when people decide that they are going to exercise their rights, you decide that what you're going to do is threaten to turn them over to authorities.
Yeah.
How? Like, really, make it make sense.
Motherfuckers got down on their knees, their rights protest.
I'm just
police brutality, and it was no nigger. You get on all 10 of your toes. You stand whatever. But when Beverly Hillbillies got down to the
listen.
To the Capitol, busting windows open and shit. They were like, come on in, girls. We have Frito-Lays in the back.
It's one more example of how there are different sets of rules in this country depending on what you look like. And y'all are going to make sure that we uphold that dumb shit until the very last day that this country is a thing. Like, y'all are never going to let go of the racism. You're never going to relinquish the reins of inequality. You're always going to be holding on tight to that shit. I mean, snug to that shit. It is ridiculous when people are literally starving. Homes without power. Jackson, Mississippi still got a whole bunch of houses that don't have fucking access to clean water right now. Like, so many people in these states, Republican-led states, absolutely fucking suffering. And what do their representatives do? Go and vote against raising the minimum wage. Talking about people don't need handouts. People cannot afford food. People are getting put out of their houses.
Damn.
People are desperate for a $1,400 check from the federal government. Like life or death check from the federal government. That is a one-time payment that will not take care of anything past the next 4 weeks, if that. I'm just really tired of the Republicans claiming to be the party that cares about families and people and the rights of the individual and all this, and then doing the exact fucking opposite and not giving a shit about anybody other than themselves, not giving a fuck about anything but money and property and hate. And speaking of hate, Utica, we have to talk about that shit that you did.
No.
If you missed the most recent episode of Drag Race,
I haven't finished it, but I watched all of Snatch Game.
Okay. So
I
then,
don't know who went home.
Okay. Well, okay. So I don't even have to talk about who went home. But this week was Snatch Game. One of the least remarkable, in my humble opinion. Yeah, I felt like really Gottmik killed that shit.
Yeah, Gottmik did kill it.
Gottmik was incredible. Simone, I love at all times and all things.
Really, yes. And she did not get enough credit for that to freedom line. I feel like then maybe not enough people caught it.
Well, I feel like everybody knows that, but maybe not. Maybe not. But anyway, this is not about the people who did well. This is about Utica. This is about gangly ass, weird ass Utica, who I said on this show reminds me of Oklahoma gays. And this shit that Utica pulled was, straight out the goddamn playbook. Because Utica decided to be Bob Ross, the famous painter, for Snatch Game. But Utica felt like it was wrong. Cultural appropriation, I think she said maybe. But she felt like it was wrong to wear an afro, even though Bob Ross has an afro.
Yeah.
And decided instead to do the non-offensive thing and sew together a bunch of plush squirrels and sit that atop her head as if that was hair.
Yeah.
Simone looked at this bitch crazy and said, What are you doing? RuPaul saw it and was like, Are you certain that's the way you want to go with it? Like, I feel like when multiple Black people are asking you, are you sure about this? This don't really curl all the way over.
RuPaul specifically said, like, white people have furs too sometimes, right?
I just feel like it's not right. Bitch, if you don't take your ass on down to the fucking beauty supply and get you a little short blonde afro and comb that shit out and make it work, like it did not have to. It would have been
fine.
And I swear, I don't know who said this, but I saw something along the lines of, Utica is one of them white people who is more concerned with not looking racist than not being racist. And I swear to God, that's it. That's the nail on the fucking head. Because how are you so worried about, oh my God, no, I could never wear an afro. I just feel like it's so wrong. And I would just be, oh my God, no, I could never do that. You wearing a blonde afro to imitate a man who had a blonde afro is not a problem. You insinuating that afros look like fucking squirrels piled on top of each other is way more offensive, you goofy bitch, than just wearing the afro that Bob Ross had. Niggas was not gonna say nothing about you wearing that damn fro. And unless I'm mistaken, fucking Tina Burner did the same thing with the Russell Simmons hair. And again, it was like a non-issue. Russell Simmons has a curly situation going on there or whatever.
Tina didn't really wear like a fro, but you still have a point in that it was like a version of a fro.
Texture.
You know what I mean?
It was texture. Like, it was not her texture of hair.
It still gave you the image without it being like, I'm going to just put a bunch of dead pigeons together instead.
Now, that was bad enough. Then you had that absolutely fucking terrible Snatch Game to go along with it. And again, you were warned, I don't think Bob Ross is the best character to do for this challenge. Like, Bob Ross is very chill. Bob Ross is very like laid back. The whole point is that this motherfucker is soothing, and here you are eating paint.
The thing is, you can make that funny.
You could. Utica
you can make that funny. It's and the thing that blows me about like a lot of these Snatch games are moments like that. And for the record, I like Utica. I like a lot of her aesthetic and her weirdness. So it's like not even to pile on Utica because I enjoy her overall, but there are moments in this game, in this show, that happen every season. There is a Snatch game every single season.
Yes.
Every season. So even if you don't know if you're going to get called back to be on the show, you should, in my mind, be like, what impressions am I good at? All right, what's funny about this? You know what I mean? Like you put enough thought into, I'm not going to wear a fro, so instead, what can I make instead? Squirrels. Where can I order a bunch of plush squirrels from? How can I put this together? You put all that thought into it, but not how can I make someone who's very like soft-spoken and serene hilarious.
Right.
You could have easily done that, but you didn't think about it because you were so in your head about being, fake woke and,
And it doesn't even look like a fro. It looks like a squirrel hat. It doesn't even look like hair. So again, what was the fucking reason, Utica?
Like, if it was if it was a fictional character, like she just made up a character that had a squirrel head, then I could have maybe said like, oh, this is funny. But like your excuse for
I hated it.
It was just so dumb.
I hated it.
It was, and then the performance was so bad.
It was so, like, when I tell you, I cringed every time Candy Muse did whatever the fuck that was.
Awful.
Don't know
Awful.
what that was. I don't know that makeup
Awful.
artist, but I highly doubt that they just eat bananas with the peel.
Candy Muse dressed up as Patrick Star and then just was Candy Muse.
Yeah. Candy Muse in a Patrick Star outfit. Right.
Yes.
God bless Olivia, who apparently was going to do Rachel Dolezal and was told no.
Yeah.
Which
and people said that's because Raven was there. Did you see? I love Raven too, but girl, what happened?
What the hell was that?
What?
So, her Tabitha Brown was missing a lot of the Tabitha Brown. Like,
yes,
all of it.
Tabitha Brown she's funny. I'm getting frustrated.
Yes, and she's funny, exactly. And like Michelle said, she has like 5 or 6 catchphrases, and you didn't say not one of them. It wasn't that. It wasn't no, because that's my business. It wasn't no, hey baby, how you doing? It was like, it wasn't her tone, nothing. Elliot
nothing.
And Rue McClanahan, you was dead in the water from the very fucking beginning, girl.
I will take...
You need your ass beat.
2 more. I will take 2 more of Utica's Bob Rosses before I take half of what the fuck Elliot with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 T's brought in terms of Rue McClanahan. My damn. Like, are you fucking serious, bruh? Talk about some, oh yeah, I know I can do it because my boyfriend watches the Golden Girls every night. Honey, if you're not the boyfriend that watches Golden Girls every night, pick something else.
You only know about osmosis.
This is a gay show, girl. Like, RuPaul Charles told you to your face that he has watched every episode of that show a number of times. And all you could come up with every single time was a gentleman caller and a Lanai joke.
Man. You don't get the character.
So let me ask you a question. So you were like, I'm going to make it onto Drag Race. And most of them bitches like audition. A lot of them audition a number of times.
Yeah.
And your boyfriend for however long has been watching the Golden Girls. You never took notes on any of the funnier things that she said, lines that are that stuck out to you?
No.
Nothing. You just thought of Lanai and that she likes men. And you went on Snatch Game as Rue McClanahan, but you performed as Blanche Devereaux.
Right.
That didn't...
Rue McClanahan is not actually Blanche Devereaux.
Boo. My least favorite. I hated it.
Yeah, no.
That was my least favorite.
That whole bottom row, except for the Queer Eye girl.
Yeah,
that
Denali
was
killed it.
Denali. That was cute. And Mary Queen of Scots. That was funny because the accent was funny.
It was fantastic, yes. And taking
Russell
selfies with
Simmons,
Paris Hilton was great.
That was...
I was not moved.
Yeah, Russell Simmons was... I mean, but when you look at the absolute shit show of that bottom row, then I see how Tina was safe. Because it would have been hard to shit the bed harder than Candy, Olivia, Elliot, and fucking Bob Ross did.
It was so bad.
Utica...
Like, they didn't prepare jokes.
There weren't
was
in
no,
character. Nobody could respond. I'm like, do y'all understand this is an acting challenge? Like, you have to be in the character.
And you had characters that had like very specific personalities, tones of voice, catchphrases. It wasn't even like other people have gone like completely left field and picked characters and killed it because they did the work and studied or like knew the character really, really well. When Jinx Monsoon did Homegirl from Grey Gardens, she like introduced a lot of people to that movie by that performance, but she knew it so well that it was perfect. But it's like Tabitha Brown's not even like some obscure person that you feel like you'd have to introduce people to. Everybody know who the fuck... Well, actually, I guess not. Because everybody on the show was like, who's Tabitha Brown? Like, I was a little annoyed by that.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes. It was like, why did y'all study?
Yeah, Tabitha Brown definitely deserved better than that. But, I mean, to be fair, I'm sure Patrick Starr did too. I don't know you, but that was rude.
Patrick Starr definitely could have done
Blanche
better.
Devereaux and Rue McClanahan both deserve more respect than that. Bob Ross ain't never did nothing to nobody. For you to be disrespecting that motherfucker like that. That was egregious. Like,
it's like
I had to pause the fucking TV. Like, I had to take a break when I saw that shit.
If Utica would have just made that shit funny, and bro, it could have been so like, I don't even feel like that would have been that hard. But you already got squirrels on your head, bitch, and you decided to eat paint, sister. What
just
are we? Why
spraying paint on a card and eating? Why are we here? Why is that happening to us?
And I'm sorry, like, Candy Muse. Like, I hate when people do, like, the character that's big and they make every joke about being hungry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I hate it. I just don't. It's just low-hanging fruit to me. I think it's just lame. And it's one thing if you're making those jokes about yourself, but, like,
right.
if you're playing a different character and being like, ooh, where the hot dogs at and stuff like that, like, maybe one little joke or something that's, like, fine. But if you make every single joke about being hungry or wanting something to eat, I'm just like, girl, come on.
Right.
There are more to people's identity.
Please let it go. I mean,
liking to eat.
Does this makeup artist be on Instagram talking about eating all the damn time? Because I have a feeling that's a no. Right. I have a feeling that's a no. And you were just being yourself while dressed up as this person. So again.
Right.
Simone and Gottmik, obviously the clear stars of Snatch Game to me. Gottmik was the winner of the episode, which I felt was incredibly well deserved. Nobody was touching Simone's runway look, period. That wasn't gonna happen. But Gottmik is incredibly talented, and I really do like that motherfucker. So
me too. From the moment that Gottmik did the thing where as her Paris, she was like, just let me know when the cameras are ready to roll. and when RuPaul was like, the cameras are on, she switched the voice to the Paris thing. As soon as that bitch hit that, I was like, oh, you've got this, you know it.
And she absolutely
and like Gottmik is funny.
Yeah,
like,
Gottmik is funny. And Gottmik told the rest of the girls too in the little interview section, every time Gottmik was like, that's a bad idea. Don't do that. Why the fuck are you Bob Ross? The Golden Girls is a horrible idea, bitch. That just like, Elliot, you don't have the range in no sense of the word to be trying to pull off this literally iconic character. Like you said, it's a gay show. The gays live for Golden Girls.
I feel like someone on another season did that with Mariah.
Yeah.
Or like another like huge icon where they were like, I kind of know like that one song. It was like, do you know that gay people watch this show? And you're talking about Mariah Carey? That is a
Girl, we
horrible
will slap
idea.
You. We will fucking slap you. So, Utica, please. Please.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to take back the few nice things I feel about you. But then the girls on Untucked said she's fake. And when the camera's turned off, Utica be acting brand new and totally different.
I don't like to hear that.
Right? So I was like, okay, so maybe this is a shady little bitch then. Maybe that's the situation we have going on here. But girl, that Squirrel, I don't care if they dragging you. You deserve it. You deserve it. Black people tried to tell you to your face not to do that shit and you did it anyway.
And I know that there was somewhere around there that there was a little fro wig that she could have put on instead. Of course.
The shit that bitch makes, the time she made a dress out of a fucking sleeping bag.
Oh, that sleeping bag? That was incredible.
You can't tell me that bitch couldn't make a wig that fast. I don't want to hear it. She could have shaved them damn squirrels.
I think she really just wanted to wear a
She did. She wanted
wig.
To be weird. And I get it, but like you're weird to the point where it's not funny and it's supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
So maybe dial back the weird and turn up the fun. I mean, at least for Snatch Game where the goal is to make Rue laugh. And instead,
at least if it's going to be weird, make it funny.
Every time the camera was on Utica, it was like the secondhand embarrassment was through the fucking roof. Like I could not barely even look at the TV. It was so awful.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of white people who are like attempting allyship and completely miss the mark.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I hated it.
Especially when the people that you're allegedly doing all of this for are like, hey girl, we're speaking to you through a megaphone because clearly you aren't listening. Don't do it.
Utica, like, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it. So yeah, I love Drag Race, but Utica girl, bitch. I mean, pop dead in your mouth for that one, girl.
And Elliot, bitch, for all of that we're talking about, I still preferred that over your Rue McClanahan Devereaux.
Well, you didn't see the end, so I'll let you see how that went.
Yeah. So for me this week, a few things. One, I'm tired of these Vision memes. Y'all have niggified the fuck out of WandaVision.
Not y'all.
And this entire statement is a pump fake because I love it. I knew
it. I knew you love Vashon. As soon as they put a turtleneck on that nigga, I said, wow, y'all do not deserve Photoshop, but I love it.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, let's talk about it because, like, Black people with time on their hands on Twitter, oh my goodness, y'all create some incredible thing. And it's like one person started it. Like one of you niggas put like a Cuban link chain or some shit on Vashon. And then from there, all the floodgates were open. You know what I'm saying? Then he had on a kufi and then he was wearing like an Ankh ring and had a Gucci belt talking about beating the kids or having a vision that he beat the kids or some shit like that. Like y'all gave Wanda box braids and she looked like Rachel Dolezal. Y'all are hilarious. I'm not really, that one didn't annoy me. But what did annoy me, were some of you who claim to feel a way about this redesigned Lola Bunny for the Space Jam sequel. I think Entertainment Weekly posted like a couple of shots of the upcoming Space Jam. It's called A New Legacy, which will be starring LeBron James and the Toon Squad Looney Tunes. And so we got a shot of some of the characters in the sequel, and Lola Bunny is noticeably less King Magazine. She's not as Fashion Nova as she used to be.
Oof.
They didn't make her as buxom and big bootied or whatever as she was initially, because the idea, apparently, according to the director Malcolm D. Lee, is to make her a character with depth and more going on than just being sexualized. Because in the initial film, Lola Bunny was just like really hot and sexy, and Bugs Bunny was all in love with her.
Oh,
and
yeah, definitely.
she also was really good at basketball. So yeah, I read also that the film takes like it picks up with her on Themyscira. Like she's out. You saw Wonder Woman.
I did. The island
So
with just
apparently that's where Lola Bunny is in Space Jam when they find her.
Oh, she a feminist now, amen.
Right. She's apparently reluctant to go back to play basketball.
Can't
with the
blame
rest of
her.
them, so
You couldn't get me to leave neither. Fuck y'all.
I just want to say it's fucking odd that y'all have a problem with a cartoon rabbit not having a double D cut. I just think it's strange. And I know that I'm not going to get too much into the furryism or whatever, because I know that's a kink for people. And I'm not shaming anybody.
And I don't want no emails
but
about it.
some of you, and I'm not going to read no emails about it. How about that? But I want to remind y'all that this is a children's goddamn film. Okay? LeBron is going to take his daughter and them to come and watch the fucking movie. Nobody is going to see Lola Bunny's cleavage in the new Space Jam. I want you to understand that things, especially in the realm of animation, change. Let's talk about the same Looney Tunes and how once upon a time they used to pull out a sawed-off shotgun and blast each other's fucking heads off. They don't do that anymore. Let's talk about how they used to smoke cigarettes and literally get drunk off moonshine. Let's talk about how they used to paint themselves in blackface and go hippity hoppity jigga boo boo boo. Things change. They just do. But I just think that it is odd for y'all to be writing think pieces about how they've ruined your precious Lola Bunny because you had a crush on her when you were 7.
Did you really want to see bunny
You are 34 now, James, and I need for you to grow up.
Did you really need bunny titties? Did you really need that? You need to ask yourself why you was looking forward to that.
Okay, who should go next? I have 2 more, and I just wanna... I'll go with Lil Mama. Lil Mama.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry, my dear, but you're up for elimination. This shocks me none at all because I remember you showing your ass on America's Best Dance Crew. For whatever reason, Lil Mama posted on her Instagram story and later deleted a quote from someone with a name that is clearly Hotep. Like, I'm not even going to say it because I don't want to give anybody any, whatever. But just so you know what we're working with. The tweet says, so children are too young to smoke cigarettes, too young to drink alcohol, too young to get a driver's license, too young to go to a club, too young to gamble, too young to rent a car, but old enough to cut off their genitals and or quote unquote change their gender. This is insanity. #America. To which Lil Mama adds with her own caption, depopulation at any cost. Cat fights, sword fights, used to be a cat, now I'm a dog. Whatever to stop new life reproduction. To this, Lil Mama, I want to say that I would like for you and your lip gloss to pop right on off as far away as possible. I would like it if you could just leave us the fuck alone. I don't know what it is with you niggas and your conspiracy theories that I guess makes you feel like, your third and fourth eye is open and all of that stuff, and you just seeing the world through a completely different eye. You know what I mean? Like, you're seeing what everyone else is not, and all the other girls are sheep. I want for you to understand that this doesn't make any motherfucking goddamn earthly sense. It simply does not. Do you know how many fucking ridiculous assumptions that you have to be working under for this to make some fucking sense? First of all, I'm assuming this is in response to the Supreme Zaya Wade.
Oh, okay.
Was she interviewed by, was it Michelle Obama interviewed her, I think? She just
think
sat down with somebody
so.
sparkly and black.
Yeah, I don't remember who exactly, but I do know what you're talking about.
Anyhow, that whole thing came up. And so y'all got back into, hating trans people and talking about children. First of all, depopulation. Great.
Where?
Whatever to stop new life reproduction, she says. Great. First of all, you're assuming that all of these kids are having their genitals removed, having gender reconstruction surgery or whatever it's called at 7, 8 or whatever the fuck. You're also assuming that transgender people don't have children or can't have children.
I'm very confused about that. Why do you think that? And you're
also like, even if every person who identifies as trans, non-binary, and whatever, even if none of those people had children, do you really feel like there's going to be what the fuck are y'all smoking during the fucking Pamela James? I need for y'all bitches to find something else to fucking do. This is so goddamn stupid, and it is a waste of time. And I want for y'all to just get therapy and address the real issue here. The real issue is you are flabbergasted that young people who identify as trans can have parents that support them through it, because you would fucking never. It blows your mind. You know it. You could have never told your parents about that abortion. Lord. You could have never told your fucking parents about how you was running around the streets hitting licks. You could have never told your parents, never wanted your parents to know that you was failing all your classes, skipping all your fucking classes. Woo. You know that you never wanted to tell your goddamn job, your parents that you weren't going to get the fucking job that they told you. You know that your parents or guardians would likely belittle you, treat you like shit for the basics. For the fucking basics. And because you look at trans people as less than human or, an abomination or whatever, something to be disgusted by and ashamed by, but they have parents that support them and love them through it anyway, it's blowing your hotel mind. You can't handle it. I want you to understand you're better off. IMO. You're better off just saying, I hate y'all. I don't understand it. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't like y'all bitches. And that's just where I'm at. Because these conspiracy theories and weird ass hashtags and shit that y'all be bringing up don't make any sense. They literally fucking don't. And y'all always jump around from theory to theory, excuse to excuse, and none of them ever make any fucking sense. Just like the many, 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 many things that racists pile up against us don't make any motherfucking sense. Just say, I'm ignorant, I hate y'all, and I'm not gonna do nothing about it, and get back to flopping and having an unsuccessful musical career. Lastly, woo! Now,
please,
I want to know, for all of y'all who have erected a GoFundMe asking for assistance to get home from All-Star, what was the plan, dearest? What was so okay, let's just evaluate. Mm-hmm. For whatever reason, you decided that All-Star was still up and still on your schedule, even though we're still in the middle of a Pompano Beach and it's not, gone anywhere yet.
It hasn't.
And so you're like, no, I have to see Lil Baby perform. I've got to get a selfie with, the city girls or whatever. And so I'm going to Atlanta, right? If there was ever a year to have a full plan with a beginning and a middle and an end for this goddamn weekend,
say it.
I think it would be the one, or should be the one, where we are amidst a pancreatic. But you didn't do that. I want to understand, does someone need to create a The Help style book where we get accounts from each of you on how you fucked up? where you flued out and got it one way. I thought after I'm Good, Love, and Joy that we learned a lesson or something from that.
Nope. We did not.
So you went out in the Paramount Plus and said, I'm still going to Free Before 12 in my Fashion Nova jeans. Hopefully get pregnant by a baller.
Fingers crossed.
Or hopefully not, get someone pregnant. But you had no exit plan. And so you have turned to e-begging to get back. I just want to understand. This is less of a read and more of a question. It's an inquiry. It's research. I want to know what the plan was because there are so many GoFundMe pages. First of all, many of y'all bitches know that you're like in Boise, Idaho somewhere or Des Moines. Is that a place?
It is.
Most of y'all motherfuckers know that you're out somewhere, never been to Atlanta in your life. But for those of you who have created these pages and are asking people to donate, I just want to know what the plan was.
Why was the return ticket not purchased at the same time as the go in there ticket?
I feel like at the very least, let's get confirmation on a way in and a way out.
If nothing else.
If literally nothing else. And after those are confirmed, let's discuss where you are going to lay your head. Because I heard that many of y'all were sleeping in the rental. And it's cold. Maybe not as cold in Atlanta right now. But my dear, what is at All-Star?
Nothing. The same shit that's at every other party. It's nothing important enough for you to be sleeping in a car in Atlanta for the weekend. Nothing at all.
If there's at least a dozen niggas get together and rappers have club appearances and people have babies, like there's a million of these every year. All-Star is not the only opportunity that you're going to be able to be in the club while Pooh Shiesty is performing. I don't understand. So it's like, and again, go out, go do whatever. You got your vaccine shot, and so
they
you're,
don't
the Green Lantern now.
They don't have it. They don't have it.
I know, I'm being, facetious. But like, I'm saying though, like, if you are gonna go out there and partake in whatever because you just don't give a fuck or whatever, I just want to know how you're doing that in the middle of the Pamela James with no plan on how you're going to get home.
It is.
Did they find out that you were at the Capitol and then you
don't do that?
Put on a no-fly. Like, I just don't understand how the fuck you're like, I'm finna go to All-Star and whatever happens, happens.
I've been to All-Star and it's just not worth all that. It's
None of those weekends are.
It's not.
None of those weekends are. First of all, everybody is poor. And you think that they're still not going to charge you $500 to get in that club?
Right.
And that's just to get in general admission.
Right.
If you want to sit down, that'll be another cool stat. And if you would like something crisp and cool to drink, that will be another $400 to $500. Thank you very much. Each. Thanks. So like.
Because that's the point.
So you're going through that. You're going broke just to get into the club with Migos. And then you possibly getting sick. And you can't go home.
So where's the fun in the weekend? Because this is kind of like hell.
A wise queen from Philadelphia said, you better elevate.
No, you didn't. You really not shit. Please get up.
I'm finished. That is it for me tonight. God bless everyone.
Okay.
Seriously.
Yeah, I hope all of you get home safe.
I really do.
And
I mean, the girls been donating too, which is another huge gag for me because a lot of them have been raising plenty money. They've
thousands.
a round trip ticket if you wanted. Imagine that. You could have just
which is crazy.
got one the first time.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Spirit will send you home for $88 plus tax, but you know, whatever. Whatever. That ain't none of my business. If y'all like
Y'all
it, I love it.
Like, that's all that is.
Get home safe, though. All right. That wraps up this week's episode of The Read. Check us out at This Is The Read on social media. Our website is thisistheread.com. You can find our merch at shoptheread.com. Any news for you this week, friend, before we leave?
I don't have any news or any whatever. I actually just popped open TweetDeck and I'm seeing nothing but Oprah memes. Like,
that's right.
We got like another solid 3 to 4 years of Oprah material.
Yeah, we do.
In terms of the
because the gifts are probably loaded up by this point. So
like, she was living. Like, these people, I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck.
She was.
These people were talking about legitimate trauma. And like,
Oprah was like,
like indescribable pain and trauma and depression. And she was just like, what? Oh my God.
Let's bring it back to the baby. Who said the baby was going to be a little darky?
No, what? No, you didn't. Like, Oprah was just.
She was on one. So yeah, between Oprah and Vashon, I'm good on the, I'm good on the gifts for a while. So, yeah.
And the WandaVision finale was so good. So, yeah, those are the things that entertained me.
You know, it was Agatha all along.
It truly was. And shout out to Catherine Hahn. My God, did you turn that fucking show upside down? It was a very good show. Really good. Very well written. It did really great odes to sitcoms from all kinds of decades. And if nothing else, watch Tiana Paris as Monica Rambeau get her superpowers, and she's coming back in Captain Marvel 2, and I can't wait to see, because she's beefing with Captain Marvel for some reason, and I hope they have a badass fight scene, and I want her to beat Carol Danvers' ass, even though I love Carol. I'm just so excited. I love Black women with powers. I'm just such a gay nerd. I love superpowered Black women so much.
Amen. And I love it for you, friend. All right. On that note, we will see y'all next week.